Okay. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. 10 o'clock, man. Hey, 10 o'clock we're streaming. It reminds me of old times. You know, we used to do these streams. Ka 10:30. Way back when I was still starting this whole thing. So it feels most like a little bit of a homecoming, Banyana, to do these shows at this time again. Hey, we come a long way. We've come a long way. We've come a long way. But anyway, guys, welcome to the show. It is the opening match of AFCON. So we are busy. We're watching the host nation take on Guinea Bissau in the opening match. You know, most opening matches are always great because home teams always try and show with the man. We're ready. We're ready for this. So let's see how Ivory is going to handle this first game that they have. I've got a poll running. Let me put in a poll. Wait, I've got a poll running. I want to know, guys. Good to Nina. Where are you watching this game from? Are you watching it on Supersport? Are you watching it on SABC? Are you watching it? Are you ripping it from somewhere? Just let me know. Just let me know. There's in the comments, but also there's a poll running because I want to see good time, man. Were you guys that happy that SABC got those rights that you'd follow them over to there? Or when Supersport announced good day, Supersport announced good day, we're back in business. You guys were like, I know, we're following there too. Theo, how you doing? How you doing, my brother Theo? How you doing? How you doing? How's that? On the account, the guy. Just tell me, how many accounts do you have on here? Okay, so before this game gets started, let's check through these starting lineups. What I'm going to try to do is that because this isn't our normal PSL where we know a lot of the players and all of that stuff, I've done a bit of research and I've pulled up where these guys play and you know what countries they play in and things like that, so that we can learn, man. So that we can learn. They're just showing us the coach Jean-Louis Cassette. Oh, is the Pakiro Kande coach of Guinea Bissau? Is he wearing a captain's armband? Hey, man. So we're going to be learning, guys. We're going to learn. One of the things we always speak about is that, you know, we don't necessarily talk that much about our African, you know, our African games, our African players inside the African tournament. We don't know a lot of them. And it's a chance for us to learn, man. It's a chance for us to learn. Kev could do a whole lot more better with getting us those things. But let's listen. I can't make too much of a noise, guys. I can't make too much of a noise. Like at 10 o'clock. But tomorrow waits, man. But anyway, here are starting lineups. Ivory Coast. We have Yahia Fofana in goal. He plays for League 2 side Angers. We have Usman Diomande, who plays for Sporting over there in Portugal. We have Ghislaine Konan, number 3, who plays for Al Faya in Saudi Arabia. We have Wilfred Singo, who plays for Monaco in France, number 5. We have number 6, who is Seko Fofana. He plays with Ronaldo at Al Nassr. We have Frank Kessie, somebody that people might know. Number 8, he plays for Al Ali Saudi currently right now. Number 9 is Jonathan Bamba, who plays for Celta in La Liga. Number 11, Jean-Philippe Crasso, plays for Red Star Belgrade in Serbia. Number 13 is Jeremy Boga, who plays for Nice in France. Then you have number 18, Ibrahim Sangare, who some people might know as a Nottingham Forest player. And then you have number 21, Obite Evendika, who plays for Roma there in Italy. On the other side for Guinea-Bissau, in goal is Oparin Joko, who plays for Frank Sporains in Belgium, number 12, goalkeeper. Number 2, Fali Kande, who plays for Metz in France. You have Marcelo Jallo, number 4, who plays for Hercules in Spain. Number 8, Alpha Semedo, who plays for Altai in Saudi Arabia. Then you have Carlos Mane, who plays for Kayserispor in Turkey. He's number 10. Mauro Teixeira. What did I want to say? It is Teixeira, who plays for Yverdon in Switzerland. That's number 14. Number 15, Jefferson Nkada, plays for Farco in Egypt. Number 16, Moreto Kasama, plays for Omonia in Cyprus. Then you have 17, Mama Balde, who plays for Lyon. 19, Janio Pikel, who plays for Gaziantep in Turkey. And then number 22, Opa Sangate, who plays for Dunkirk in League 2. Okay. Hey, there we go. I want us to learn, guys. We must learn, eh? We must learn. Let's see. Bora says, I forgot that Supersport had moods and I was watching it on, but I just changed to SABC 1. Sure, guys. Okay. You guys are supporting, can we call it Andile Ngube versus Thomas Mlambo on the other side? Are we calling it that? Odrick says he's watching on Sky Sports in Ireland. Okay. Sky Sports, one of the guys are here. So we're not going to talk about the situation of our player in Burnley. Why are we talking about our player in Burnley? 3 minutes in, guys, 3 minutes in. Look, on paper, this is Ivory Coast's game. On paper, Ivory Coast is meant to walk into this game and demolish Guinea Bissau. In the rankings, Ivory Coast is number 57 in the world and number 9 in Africa. And then this Guinea-Bissau team is 109 in the world. 109, almost double the spaces. And here comes Ivory Coast, and they get their goal. 3 minutes in, like I said. 3 minutes in, Fofana scores. Guinea. Theo, have you put your money on... Is it a plus 2.5, over 2.5 for this game? Already the hosts have taken the lead. They put them under a little bit of pressure very early on. And there we go. 1 goal already. It's looking good for the host team. The host team is doing what the host team is meant to do. You know? Over 2.5. Okay, over 2.5 says, Theo, what are you guys were over Blom's case? Guys, this is not a South Africa game. South Africa's playing Tuesday. But I'm going to reference South Africa because we actually played Ivory Coast. When was it? The 17th of October. We played Ivory Coast to a 1-1 draw. We took an early lead and we looked like the better team. So I don't know if my biasness is showing here when I say that I don't think Ivory Coast is as strong a team as we make it out to be. But this is also an Ivory Coast that drew with Morocco just 3 days before playing us. So again, it's up and down. Mara, as an outsider, apologies to those people who actually from Ivory Coast or who consume a lot of that football. As an outsider, when you look at it, honestly speaking, is this the Ivory Coast that we can compare to the Yaya Tourés, Colo Torres? That we compare to the Drogba's, even Bochevinho? Can we compare this team to that one? I don't know. But of course, you know, when you're playing at home, the 12th man always comes through. There's always a 12th man boost. So I think they'll do well. In their group, I mean, it's Guinea-Bissau and Ghana, Equatorial Guinea. So I fully expect Ivory Coast to make it out of this group. To be honest with you, I fully expect it. Then the rest is going to be up to them and their fans. But like I was saying, we played them to a 1-1 draw. Abo Hela, Sebastian Hela and those guys made appearances in that game. And we got to see a little bit of them. But yeah, it didn't look like a very strong team. Of course, what I will say is that guys like Wilfred Zaha were playing versus us. He's not in this team. So maybe it's a refresh by Jean-Louis Cassette, coach of that side. We'll show you the WhatsApp group. Oh, Theo, what are you talking about? We'll show you the WhatsApp group, guys. Can we tap the screen, guys? Can we tap the screen, Pella? This is also a continental debut for myself. So can we please tap the screen? Let's try to get to 25,000. 25,000, you know how it works. Halftime, I'm going to let in 4 guys. Actually, we can do 6 now. We're going to speak in that 15-minute interval. Then at the end of the game, I'll open it up and everybody can jump in. And we can have a conversation about that. I actually want to see how my poll is doing. Let's see what the poll is saying. Only one person has voted. Theo, who's watching it on Supersport. Where are you guys watching this game? Oh, Guinea. Hi, head of the ball. Why did he? Number 17, Balde. Oh, that was a header, guys. That was a free header. I don't know why he tried to do a Mkanala and try to hit it over. Okay, let's see. Clara, welcome to the show. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Has been playing past 3 games. Hey, guys, I don't wanna say anything. So then, those who are complaining about Lyle Foster, would you rather have Lyle Foster do that thing that Onana is going to do? Apparently, Onana is going to play a game for Manchester United before getting on a plane and joining his country, in Cameroon, here at the tournament. He's going to play the game for Manchester, then play the game for Cameroon. Would you rather have him do that, guys? Steph, how are you, Steph? Compliments. Welcome, Steph. Ivory Coast. Yeah, man, Odrick. Ivory Coast doesn't have that thing, man. They don't have that thing. And you know what's funny? Is it maybe a conversation of how African football is aging? Because when we look at what we would deem to be stars, right? To the levels of your JJ Okochas, to the levels of your Kanus, to the levels of your of the big guns, Boeto, those guys. I don't know if we have that many in these competitions now. We haven't been able to build more of those guys. For example, when we talk about stars in this tournament, who do we look at really? I think at the top, you'd have to say Salah and Mane. I'd have to add Osimhen into that, so that's 3. And then there's lesser guys, your Kessies. Lesser, not to say that they're bad, guys. Not to say that they're bad. It's just that lesser in terms of the hierarchy. I don't know that there's that many. I mean, do we mention Abu Ziyech, Hakim Ziyech? Are those guys standout stars? Is Sebastian Haller at the level of Didier Drogba? If we're saying in the Ivory Coast team, is he really? Would you say that Haller is that level, or is he maybe a tier below? Like, do we have proper superstars here? Undeniable superstars, you know? Let's see. Ivory Coast doesn't have that thing. Osimhen will be better than Drogba, says Beast Boy. It could happen. I'm not writing him off, but I do think he's one of the top guys, current African footballer of the year. Let's see, Hakimi and Ziyech. Okay, Hakimi and Ziyech. I guess Hakimi, but then I don't know if I would put Ziyech up there. No, he is 2 tiers below. Abu Salah and Mane and Osimhen. Klalifang says Hala isn't there yet. Ki striker fela. No. He's nowhere near the level of Drogba, says Sanele. He's nowhere near it. Wasn't he top goal scorer in Italy? Are we waiting for him to go to the English Premiership or something like that for us to rate him? Is that what we're doing? But anyway, back to the point. Man, do we have those stars? You know, do we have those big names at this tournament? And honestly, I don't think so. Which also makes it a very nice tournament, because maybe you'll get people who can finally step up. Maybe you'll see new stars be created, you know. Maybe we'll see other people be able to pick up the mantle. And it makes it a little bit more entertaining when you see those type of things. There's so many questions this tournament. Will Egypt finally win one? Since 2010. Egypt has not won since 2010, but I believe Mohamed Salah has been in 2 of the last 3 finals, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, will he finally get the duck off his back? Even them, I see Mohamed Salah, for example, to go back to the point we're speaking about. I see Mohamed Salah. Abu Terrika had that thing, you know, Osama San, El Hadri, goalkeeper. And it's not to say that there were stars, but, you know, those teams felt strong. Like, a lot of the teams at the AFCON feel as though it's like you've got 1 or 2 very strong players and then everybody else. Like, for example, Ivory Coast, you have Frank Kessie, obviously, who's been at Barcelona, for example. But you have Ibrahim Sangare, who's playing in Nottingham Forest. You have Ndika, who's playing for Roma. But at the same team, you have Fofana, who's playing for Angers, League Two. You know what I mean? Like it's like it feels as though, man, there's a star and there's everybody else. So far on the poll, I've only got 3 votes, guys. I've only got 3 votes. And 2 people are saying they're watching on Supersport. I believe that's Agent there. And then Lerato's watching on SAPC. I'm curious, guys. I'm curious to see where you guys are watching it from. I'm very curious. I get we're all crying. Oh, SAPC. Will they be able to play all 54 games? And then Supersport was like, no, they're saving us. But let's see. Ivory Coast fans, top class. Very top class. I was gonna mention that it's not the first time we've watched Ivory Coast. And even if you've been on my channel, Ivory Coast related football or Ivory Coast as a host, because Mamelodi Sundowns ladies won their CAF Champions League trophy there. And what really got me about the Ivory Coast fans is that it's a women's game. Yes, it's Champions League, but back home, you wouldn't get that type of crowd. Like, it was so many people, and they got animated. They fell in love with the Banyana style, and they supported them. They were going crazy with them. They were making noise with them. And that was incredible to watch, you know? And I think that idea is a very good idea from CAF to have a dry run, not necessarily a dry run, but to have a tournament before another tournament, you know? The CAF, the Women's CAF Champions League at the current moment is still a smaller tournament, but it was good to get the crowd hyped, get the country ready for when AFCON comes, and also when the Women's Champions League comes again, you'll be able to see more people because they took it that seriously. So should we have more primer tournaments, especially those that are starting out, like the Women's Champions League that's growing every year? Should they do those type of things? Should we have an earlier tournament and then another one just to get the fans ready? I don't know. Awelani says it will take time for African strikers to reach Drogba's level. What are we missing though? What is it that we're missing? Is it a thing where we're not exporting as many players? I know from the South African context, we don't export as many players as we used to, and we don't have that many players playing at the highest level. For example, I think right now, if we speak about the highest level, Lau Foster, Lebo Mutiba, but Lau Foster, English Prem, is the only player South African, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Currently, Lau Foster is the only South African playing that side. So I'd imagine that, man, after we got those golden years of Drogba and Eto'o and those guys, we haven't seen much to that level. And also, maybe it's a question of trust, you know? Mourinho had a trust in Drogba when he fetched him. You could argue that Eto'o had trust in Rijkaard and those guys who are trusting African players. African players trusted. Again, from a South African context, Percy Tau was not trusted at Brighton by a new coach. When Graham Potter arrived there, Percy had already been signed. He wasn't trusted. You know, is it maybe one of those things that maybe African players in general aren't necessarily being trusted as much as back in the day? Or is it really a developmental issue? Odrick says, Africa is producing stars at a slower rate of late. Egypt is the only team that can surprise us with a new superstar, says Sanele. Interesting. Why would you say Egypt? Of all the teams, why would you say Egypt would give us a star? And would the star be a local star? Very interesting. Sanel, if you don't mind. Theo says, I think this is a tournament where most nations are introducing new faces. That's true. That's true. That's why I'm like, I think maybe it's the hangover of slow transitioning African football. So it's the hangover of you had incredibly strong players. Like, for example, we still see it in some of the teams. Andre Ayew, if I'm not, Andre Ayew is about to play his 8th tournament, not 8th tournament. He's going to hold the record now. He's going to have 38 games in AFCON games. He's about to take over from Rigobe Song, who was the guy who had the record with 36 games played. If he plays the group stages, Andre Ayew is going to be the player with the most games in Africa, in AFCON, right? Are we still holding on to those guys? Do we not have a transition point yet? You know, you look at Cameroon, for example, by the time Abu Bakr and those guys broke in, they were getting a little bit older. So are we still dealing with those type of things? And is it maybe a problem with our countries that we didn't bring these guys a little bit earlier, you know, or have a succession plan? You know how hard it is to succession when you're successful. Like I can only imagine when you've got Didier Drogba. I'm sure you want to play Didier Drogba, and I know he's been retired for a while, but I'm sure you want to play Didier Drogba until the wheels fall off, until he's done. But yeah, maybe it's also a situation that Wolf Zaha, Pepe, and those guys didn't kick on as well. Maybe that's it. AFCON is more competitive now, says Beast Boy. Awelani says it will take time for African strikers to get to Drogba's level. Omo says, how can we watch it for free? Hey, Omo, I am very scared because every time I mention those things, I get banned. So I don't know. I'm watching it on Super Sport. That's how I'm watching it. I can't say anything else because Awelani says we don't have enough development. Awelani, is it an issue of South Africa? Is it an issue of African development, or is it that maybe we're not exporting players as early? I mean, as far as I understand it, a lot of the time, the players that have been successful, like proper big time successful from Africa, are players that never played league football in Africa. For example, it was guys who they were found when they were very young, you know, and they were taken that side to Europe, you know. And maybe should we be asking those questions? Because also, is the level of Africa that low, you know? Or is it just that we're not exposed to it? There's so many different ways we could attack it. We have exported a player, but he doesn't want to come and represent us. You see now? We have VAR here. I believe we do have VAR. I believe there is VAR. Steph says, personally, I think CAF and African football leadership failed us between 2011 and 2021. If we had development ongoing, we would have stars. But I trust the process now. Years from now, we'll see how it pans out. Actually, that's a very good point, Steph. I mean, when we look at SA, for example, and I'm sorry that I'm going to mention South Africa a lot during this watch along, but when you look at SA, for example, our players peak at 20. Is that Tico Tico? I see Shaba. I see JJ. Is that Tico Tico? Clara, yes, you can. I'm not gonna say what you can, but yes, you can. Boga is really showing good signs so far. Is he showing good signs, or is this just the poor Guinea Bissau team? But to be fair to Guinea Bissau, after the onslaught in the first few minutes, they've been all right. They've been all right, I think. Cameroon has missed a couple of chances. And then Balde decided to try and go for a bicycle kick instead of just heading that ball. They had a good play in crossing. That was one of their bigger chances. But let's see. Let's see how it plays out. Thank you, JSTs, for sharing. African teams fail to build players from a young age. Usually players are found by teams that side. Isn't that an issue, guys? Okay, let me play devil's advocate. I'm going to play devil's advocate to that point. If we make a commitment, let's say as the PSL, we make a commitment and we say that this is going to become a developmental league, are you willing to give up the perceived quality? So you know how generally older players are better. Are you willing to give up those guys to watch a DDC type level game or have 50% of the players be maybe not at the best, just purely to develop them? Are we willing to do those type of things? Are the clubs going to take that risk? If you're going to get relegated and all those things, or there's a chance for you to get relegated, do you want to bring in a whole bunch of youngsters, right? And I'm asking specifically in the local context, so in Africa, because one of the things that I'm questioning is, are we finding can we develop very good players from our local leagues? Players that play 1, 2, 3 years in our local leagues and are actually really good. Are we creating those people, and why are we not creating those people? We don't give those players opportunities. Yeah, it's Tico Vukwane, Manuel Tico Vukwane. Hey, Bara. Football education is behind compared to Europe, says Travis Graham. Example, 13-year-olds are bagging in goals and are tactically more aware while we playing Kasi games, says Travis. And I love that point, because I think part of the reason why we struggle is that, to be honest with you, Kokasi, or I don't know if it's changed now, but Kokasi, there's a specific type of football that's played Kokasi. Specific type of football. Then when you get to professional, now the coach is asking you to take 7 years of what you've learned and just shove it aside in order for you to be able to play this modern, I get it, they always say modern football, right? So how do we feel about that? How do we feel about that type of thing? Do we have the type of development at the bottom, Asamoah Gyan. The legends are in attendance, nah? Are we providing those type of things at the bottom? People always say we need to bring back things like schools football and all of that stuff. But who's coaching your child? Is your child does your coach have licenses and all of that stuff, or must we wait for European teams to see the talent and take it over there and develop it within their strong structures? Steph says, gotta love PSL and Hollywood Bets rules for teams to have junior teams now. Yeah, Steph, no, that's great. But that pipeline from junior team to senior team, I don't know. Jones says, since Ajax died down in SA, our exports have gotten slower. That's another one. I think Ajax could take the risk because they had the backing of, Ajax Cape Town could take the risk because they had the backing of Ajax Amsterdam. And Ajax Amsterdam used to fetch them. Penny, Tulani Serrero, they used to fetch them. And the mandate was that you guys need to develop players for us. So we want a 17-year-old who has played in the league for a year or two, from you guys. That's what we're paying for. But it also caught up to them and they got relegated. So that's another thing that we need to talk about. Okay, back to the game. Ivory Coast has been dominant in this game. The first few minutes were incredible. I think they've calmed down a little bit. But all they're doing is opening. El Hadji Diouf. Legends, man. Man, I remember him 2002 World Cup. When did Senegal shock France? I forgot the game. But anyway, Ivory Coast has been dominant. They just haven't been able to turn that dominance into more goals. And I'm sure there's some people here who are sitting there with their over 2.5s. I'm not going to say names. Over 2.5s. And it's not panning out the way that they wanted it to be. It also allows Guinea a slight chance. If I was the Guinea coach, the last 10 minutes of the half, first 10 minutes of the second half, last 10 minutes of the second half, I'd push. Because as long as it stays 1-0, they're vulnerable. They're vulnerable. And like I said, this is not like the strongest of Ivory Coast teams ever, right? I know this because when we played them, South Africa, we looked great. And we're not the most incredible team ever. You gotta press smarter. You gotta press smarter. You gotta pray. You can't take two players to one. Come on, guys. Don't get overly excited because it's gonna open you up. You gotta be smarter. Oh, Guinea Bissau. Where's the support? They're so far away from each other. Like, when you watch a team and you just see that they're not going to be able to hold the ball for too long, it's the spaces. They're so far. Even right now when they were pressing, your front two is literally trying to press one man and there's no secondary pressers in the team. Look at how far they are. Now you're telling me that in my half, let's see. There we go. In my own half, Ivory Coast has more players playing the spaces than I have players who are opening up to get the ball. It's weird. It's weird. There we go. Initiate the press 70. Okay, he's not going to do it. Let's see. I'm watching Amazulu and Chiefs now. Hey, Lerato, please don't go there. Please don't go them down family business words. I've got his PSL there. There we go. Breakaway. Play the pass. Oh my gosh. Like, you're only going to get 2 or 3 chances, clearly, in this game. Let's see what happened there. Oh, that's a card. That should be a card, ref. Yeah, that's a card. Ndiga, it's a card. There's a little bit more smarter play from Guinea Bissau. Pressure at the right moments. They could nick something here. I thought it was going to be downhill, to be honest with you. I thought this Ivory Coast team was going to just get on them the whole time. But Ivory Coast is also calmed down. Let me check on YouTube what's happening. Cornelius says he's watching on Supersport. Cornelius also says, I'm really taking, George, you're really taking your sports channel serious. I never thought you'd do watch-alongs this late. Hey, Cornelius, let me tell you, at the beginning of this whole live journey that I'm on, at the beginning, my shows used to be at 10:30. They used to be at 10:30 in the evening. That's when they used to start. 32 hours, one man until 12:30. I'd go to bed. So it's like, hey, I'm going for it. Beast Boy says I'm watching for free. Steph goes, yeah, hey, Steph, we wake up at 3 a.m. and watch Banyana games. We were watching Banyana games and they were playing in America the other day. We're here. So we're taking it serious, guys. We're taking it serious. 30 minutes in, first yellow card. First yellow card given to Undika from Ivory Coast. It's been a slow game. Let's be honest. It's been a slow game. It's very weird because it feels as though Guinea Bissau is playing scared, right? Guinea Bissau is playing scared, but they're also very far away from each other. So the ball has to do a lot to get from their defense to the front because no one is opening up, right? Then on Ivory Coast side, they're dominant, but it doesn't seem like they have a plan. So you're not seeing a play style or a play plan. You're not seeing it. It's basically they're thinking to themselves, we're going to just take these people on and we're going to beat them. Rabanyatsa. We're underestimating them, as they say in English. They're underestimating Guinea-Bissau. And I think that creates an opportunity for Guinea-Bissau if they can just stay disciplined enough. Win the ball back as quickly as possible. You have to get into the other half. And what was crazy is that against us, because we're a short nation, against us, Ivory Coast went 1-0 down and they could play the height card. But it's not going to work out versus this Guinea-Bissau team. It's not gonna work out like that. So yeah. Support him. Support him. Ooh, that defense. You win the ball back. Defending deep, so counter going to be slow every time unless lone striker is halfway for lone balls. And that's the funny thing, Jones. They're leaving two guys up. And what's frustrating me about watching this Guinea-Bissau team is that there's two players up there. And then your midfield is also sort of anticipating long balls, so they're also up there, which means that your defense has so much to do to get the ball to the front. And then they're defending quote unquote deep, but if Ivory Coast wins the ball back high up, they've got the advantage. So it's a funny game. It's a funny game. But I genuinely believe that Guinea-Bissau can steal something here. I genuinely believe it. I don't think Ivory Coast is all the way there right now. I'm just being patriotic here. I'm sleepy and can you still say we have a short team with the likes of the Sundowns defense? Well, all I know is that Hala was winning everything in the air in the game that we played against them in that second half. They were winning everything in the air. Play the simple ball. Too late. Too late. Counter. Ivory Coast. If you can play it quickly, you've got the advantage. Far post. What was that? Shot. Another one. Same thing. Same as the first goal. It was going to be the same goal. They hit the post. It was going to be the same goal. It was going to be the same goal. Everything had lined up for Fana. Score his second. But guys, how do we go to a continental tournament and you're keeper. Oh, Joko. He got fingers to that. He actually got fingers to it. I thought it was a straight crossbar. He actually got fingers to it. Anyway, I was saying, at this level, how do you guys not know how to defend in the box? 8 Guinea-Bissau players versus what? 4, 5 Ivory Coast players, and a free shot came. No, guys. Look again. You see the thing I was telling you? So it's 4-4. Okay, they've managed to recover a little bit. But if you can play the ball a little bit quicker, Ivory Coast, you can get a lot of numerical advantages just by upping the pace of your counters. Yeah, it was a save. The MTC matches are much better. Guys, this hasn't been a good game. Guys, it hasn't been a good game so far. It hasn't been a good game. But you guys understand what I'm saying, guys? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? Ivory Coast is playing like a team. You know when you are a number 1 team versus number 17. Sometimes you get to do that thing where you go, you know what, our talent is going to pull us through this game. We don't necessarily have to have a plan for this. And then Guinea-Bissau is just afraid. So it's a dull game because of that. Low block versus no plan. I don't want to say the team that it looks like, but let me not. I don't want to start that. Hey, agent. It's job, Smiley. It's job. Steph, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gift. This is not it. JB must stop the long balls. Most are getting intercepted. And Clara, that's why I'm saying that, like, it's selfish. Tasso, that was selfish. Lay the ball off. There's 2 runners onto the ball. That was selfish. But you get me. Again, it's that attitude of we're the better team. Everybody wants to get on the scoreboard. But I was thinking about the long balls, Clara. Again, it's almost like the strikers are up there, the midfielders are spread out. When a Guinea Bissau player at the back gets the ball, there's literally no one next to them. Like there's no one who's just coming for support. And I'm going to reference our league. It's when Swallows tries to play out from the back, and you see that the defense is literally on its own, and there's nobody coming in for the support run that releases you. So now they're forced to play these long balls, but again, it's uncoordinated. Like, I understand an early long ball to one of the wings where somebody can run onto it and you catch Ivory Coast off guard. But you dilly, Ivory Coast is in position, then you try play a 50-50 ball. Alright, guys. Orekisa Chapi, that guy. Tipo versus SABC analyst. What's wrong with them, Tipo? What's going on with them? Yeah, suddenly they're so selfish. They're so selfish. They're so selfish. They could be up a lot of goals right here, but they're selfish. So I don't know, man. I don't know how this game is gonna end up, but it's messy, man. It's messy, this game. It's messy. In the last 5 games, Ivory Coast has won 2, drawn 1, and lost 2, whereas Guinea-Bissau has also won 2, drawn 1, lost 2. This Ivory Coast team has lost to Gambia. Oh, no, not also. Yeah, what am I saying? This Ivory Coast team has lost to Gambia and drawn with South Africa and Morocco, whereas Guinea has lost to Mali 6-2. Then this Guinea-Bissau team, then they played Guinea and lost 1-0, and they've drawn versus Burkina Faso 1-1. So they're not really known for goals. Whereas, hey, this Ivory Coast team, 5-1 win versus Sierra Leone, 9-0 win versus Seychelles. Jesus. It's more entertaining figuring out this gifting and coins business. No, I hear you, Steph. I hear you. You must also do lives. I hope, yeah. Guinea-Bissau has to equalize. Look at how far. So check. You see in this, okay, he's gone through actually. Look at how crazy they have to move. Like you have to do a Mazda in order to get the ball free, because you literally trap the ball and there's, counter. Oh, what a ball. What a waste. Transfer. Hi, guys. These are the guys I'm afraid of. What a ball. What a ball. He fell on his own feet. He tripped on his own feet, man. Yeah, here's a better angle. Let's see. There wasn't enough contact or contact at all. And also, as the referee, I'd also ask you, what was the plan? So when you trapped it like that or you did that move, what was the plan? Agent, I know these guys play in Europe and all of that, but I'm not impressed, to be honest with you. I'm not impressed. Thank you so much, Jones. I'm not impressed. It's AFCON now, Baba. Those stats mean nothing. I hear you. I'm just saying that Guinea-Bissau is not a scoring team, and Ivory Coast usually scores a lot of goals. So if you're a betting man like Theo, you'd probably think that Ivory Coast is going to go for... Oh! Woo! This close. Wait, was that them keeping a line? Were they trying to do an offside? Hi. I saw what's his name? Jalo jump out and tried make an offside. You know what? Let me I don't wanna say you know what? It's okay. I don't wanna say too much. I don't wanna say too much. I don't wanna say too much. I'd rather watch paint dry than this game. But you guys are the worst. This is going to be the most viewed game. It's going to be the most viewed game. It is. Obviously opening game, Mara. No way, guys. No way. You know, we had a conversation in the group, the Over the Gig WhatsApp group, Over the Gig Football WhatsApp group, and we were speaking about how how far are these European players? The majority of them. I'm not talking about like the stars. I'm not talking about like the top draw. How far are these players away from local leagues like the Egyptian league, like the South African league, and things like that? How far? How much better? Let me say rather. How much better are they than than our local leagues? Because from what I'm seeing here, guys, is Serbia that much better? Is Serbia that much better? Look, look, look. Decision making. Decision making. Who's coming for support? I like the looks of this 13. Is it Boga? I like the looks of him. Is this another yellow? Okay, it's a yellow card for Guinea Bissau. Oh, I like the looks of Boga, man. Like he's got that motor. Like he's harassing that defense. Guinea Bissau doesn't even look like scoring. I can see what they're trying to do. Nigeria has to redeem himself. They're overrated. Right, Oscar? It's overrated. And again, maybe I'm not talking about the guys that come from, you know, English Prem and things like that. I'm talking about Red Star Belgrade. Oh, it's Balde. Sorry. I read the wrong one. Balde from Guinea Bissau is incredible. I like him a lot. Like he's showing something. But these guys that come from, you know, the Swiss leagues and Saudi and that stuff, I'm not impressed, to be honest with you. I'm not impressed, to be honest with you. 44 minutes in, Cote d'Ivoire scored very early, 3 minutes. And they've had chances, but hey, decision making, selfishness, lack of, like, they don't have a plan when they get to the defense. It wasn't for the 3 minutes. All Guinea Bissau needed to do was to do a low block and just chill. That's why I said this game is similar to Amazulu and Chiefs. Besides that crossbar in the goal, says Lerato. Guinea Bissau says Guinea Bissau doesn't have answers for Cote d'Ivoire. They're just waiting for halftime. Yeah, they're just waiting for halftime. Balda is a very good striker. Plays in League One. Yes, he plays for Lyon, if I'm not mistaken. Guinea Bissau needs more time on the ball. Get the guys in supporting positions. I just think they need more structure. They need more structure. I think they need more structure. It's a classic case of a team having a defensive plan, but not having an attacking plan. I would take Balda all day because he's been a live wire for them. But when you look at how are they meant to get the ball up there? Let's start there. How? What is the pattern of play that they're playing that's going to take them all the way to the front? Right? Thank you so much, Steph, for the roses. What is the pattern of play? Because we can't see it. It's almost like they're hoping that Ivory Coast makes a mistake so that they can take advantage of it and then go from there. Oh, wait. For some reason, such players would choose to dive then score. They're all fake falling now. I don't know, guys. Hey, these footballs, man. I don't know. These new footballs. That guy from Ivory Coast, the striker. What's his name? Is it Boga? He's got a clear chance where he can take a touch and put it in. Ow! They're bringing on the big guns. Serge, is it Serge? Was that Serge Aurier? It is Serge Aurier, ne? The big guns already because it's lit. Hey! Wait, what's going on? Where's this goal? Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Steph, thank you so much. For some reason, players would choose to dive then score. I don't get it either, man. I don't get it either. But I think I've established in my own mind that I'm an old school guy. There's certain things that, man, they'd have to really kick you for you to fall. Back in my day. Okay, 4 minutes added on. Almost at the end of it. You. Guys, please remember that I'm going to let 5 callers in. And we'll just speak about what we've seen from this game. Just in the 15 minutes break there. Then at the end of the game, I'll let everybody in. And you can have 2 minutes. Remember that you have to be following me in order to jump on to the live. Make it a point for him. Yeah, man. Hey, Latina, we come from those places, man. I mean, if you dive there's VAR, it will rule against you. That's why I don't understand what's been happening in this game. I don't get it. And the ref, to be fair, has been spot on. This ref has been incredible. Thank you, agent. This is my commitment to African football, guys. Even when the games are, we must watch them. No, the ref has been fair, has been great, man. No drama, no weird things. Okay, half time. Hi. Let me just get my graphics up. Let me just get my graphics up properly. Okay, it's halftime. I'm going to open up the lines. Feel free to jump on. Let's have a conversation about what we've seen in this here first half. Okay. Remember, guys, you have to be following me in order to request. And let's jump in, guys. Who is here? Let's see who's here. Oscar. You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome. You must see PSL games. Everybody gets funny during those games, but we'll see. Luki Sani, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, my man. And how are you?
I'm okay, but I don't know what I'm watching here. What are your thoughts of this game so far?
It's football, my man. It's African football. What do you mean? Basically, Guinea Bissau had a plan. So what unsettled them was that early goal. So they went with 5 at the back, 2 in the midfield, and 3 up front, hoping the wing backs will go up. But it seems as if Cote d'Ivoire countered that with making sure that their wing backs don't go up.
Yeah.
So if you could see the first 5 minutes, they were playing the balls wide where the wing backs were to show them that we can dominate you, and if you try and move up, we will utilize that space. So that put it a little bit of inferior. And if you look at how the first ball came, it was Fofana fetching the ball from the left, cutting inside and bending that ball into the net. So from there, your players like Akeda couldn't move up anymore because they could see that Fofana is becoming dangerous, collecting those balls from wide and cutting inside. And you must remember, there's like 2 defensive midfielders inside for Guinea Bissau that should have dealt well with Fofana, because he showed it the first time, missed, came in the second time and scored. You know, you shouldn't wait. They shouldn't have waited for him to score. They should have said the first time when he did that, they should have said, "Oh no, listen, we need to have a man who's going to make sure that he covers Fofana when he cuts in." But I think they were just unsettled. That's why you look like the game is scrambled, because the way I'm looking at it, Cote d'Ivoire, they're just taking it easy. I think it's hot up there. They're just taking it easy. They're playing at a walking pace. And after 20 minutes, everybody was just wishing for halftime. You could see everybody started walking. Guinea Bissau was out of ideas. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna come back. Let me bring in Hausa. Welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
I'm good on yourself and evening to everybody on the panel.
Yeah, we're going into the continent now, Hausa. Tell me, what did you think about this first half?
How do I put this in words? Let me just say that Guinea was, when you have the first game jitters, the pressure was on them. Cote d'Ivoire has the advantage on all that, and the goal kind of unsettled them a bit. But then, as Lungisani said, it's African football, man. We know it's scrappy. Most of the time, it doesn't make sense. But there are teams that you watch, and you know that you're gonna understand what they're doing. The likes of Egypt and so forth. But then Guinea Bissau, once you unsettle them, you take them out of their game plan. It's football for everyone. So I can't pinpoint like Lungisani did what was the errors or anything. But then I did see that after a certain time, everybody started quieting down, they started working and all that. So I'm assuming that is also the heat. But for the host nation that knows this heat, that knows this weather, I was expecting at least 3 goals. To say that they were also affected. Come on, man, this is your home ground. You've played in worse situations, but then I understand after Guinea started getting their leg back, when they started counter-attacking, you could see that, there's a chance for them. And Cote d'Ivoire also, it's not that it's a team between, it's not a David versus Goliath match, because you see every time Guinea attacks, there is a genuine threat. So it's I don't know how to I don't want to speak bad of the teams. It's too early, man, to start.
Okay,
It's too early to start calling it names.
Hey, me, I will do it. Me, I will do it because let me bring in agent. My brother, we can't watch Sundowns football every day, man. Welcome.
I think it's best to wait for Tuesday and watch Sundowns, eh? Because, I'm sorry I even asked about the live shows for AFCON. If this one will be subjected I don't see watching 3 games a day if this is the standard. I don't know, man. Where do I start? Ivory Coast. Okay, let me go to Hausa first. I think the point that Lungisan was saying is hot, eh? It's very hot. And remember, these players, most of them play in Europe, so they're not used to the conditions at Ivory Coast, So I think the heat has gotten to them, But otherwise, have you seen Casey? Have you seen Frank Casey? Yeah, but he's there somewhere, and I think he's struggling to play the game that Ivory Coast wants to play, because I think they want to use their strength and bulldoze this Guinea side, because I think in their minds they've already won, But otherwise, the problem is, you see this Fofanas, you don't know which Fofana is this one, but he's good. And Boga, I think, is the one that when he has the ball, it's like, okay, something might happen.
Very selfish though. Boga.
Yeah, he's selling. He's a seller at the market. That one of fish, So yeah, I think even with Guinea, they suffer from the same syndrome of poor decision making. I think at this level, I'm very disappointed with the decision making. I think I expect better. I expect some of the decisions to be made by teams like our Chiefs, not here. But Senegal, almost Senegal. Guinea looks disjointed. There's no what is it? Like they're so disjointed. Like there's the defense and there's the strikers. There is no one in between there to link the two positions, and they're trying to play long balls, and I don't think any of them is comfortable with long balls. I don't know why you are trying that trick anymore, but I heard a stat somewhere that the highest number of someone with caps there is 20. So maybe this is the safest way to play when you guys are not used to each other. And in this AFCON, the one with the highest caps is 9. And they haven't scored a goal in perhaps like 6 games. So maybe when they're trying to bring in a new team, this is the way to play javelin football, get something.
Okay. I want to go back to Lukisani. I want to speak about Guinea Bissau. Guinea Bissau has 2 defensive midfielders on the pitch, but for some reason, the middle of the park is open. There's no one there to support when the defense has the ball, at least to come pick up the ball. But then also, when we look in the box, for example, 6 players are all lost. And then Ivory Coast gets their 2 chances almost identically from the spaces where they took it. What's happening there with Guinea Bissau? Because I don't get it. I don't like. It's almost like they're playing a low block, but it's not really a low block because when they win the ball back, they don't have enough players in any position in their half.
Look, sometimes in football it boils down to what you want to do with the position that you have. And it was what I was telling someone before the game started, that Ivory Coast is going to want to dominate. They're gonna want to keep position, but it's what you do with the little position that you have. You see, Guinea Bissau is not keeping the ball so much, but with the outbreaks that they're getting, do something about it. When you're in that transitional play and you've kicked the ball forward, and those 3 attackers, you see the chances that they've created, they could have scored 1 back, maybe to scare Cote d'Ivoire. But for them, winning the ball and losing it within a matter of 6 seconds is not helping them at all. That's how the first goal came in. They won the ball in at the back. Now, as they were trying to play it out, they lost the ball. Then from the left-hand side of Cote d'Ivoire, then Fofana cut in and scored that beautiful goal. So, actually, now the thing is, my question is, can Guinea-Bissau come back with a response? Because you can see, if they throwing the ball up front to the front 3, then the wing backs are coming to support, then they bring in those crosses. Who are they bringing the crosses to? And who are they targeting with those crosses? Because I just see they're throwing the ball in there. Mane is lost. The 2 defensive midfielders, they don't know who to pick. You see, the danger of playing with 3 center backs and 2 wing backs is you don't know who's picking who.
And you crowd
so now,
that box, yeah.
Yeah, you are crowded, and this one shifts the blame to say, oh, but you should have picked, oh, but you should have picked. The defensive midfielder saying, oh yeah, but you should have picked, I would have came in cover. Understand? So the confusion there, if you look at it before Cote d'Ivoire scored, remember Akeda got the ball, defended it, didn't know who was behind him, kicked it out for a corner because there was lack of communication from the keeper as well. So they're at the back, if they can just fix the communication problem to say who's picking who, who's moving with who, then everything will be all right. And then say, when we do on that transitional play, when we go out with, because if you look at Guinea-Bissau, they're playing more like Skukune. They leave that front 3 up front there on top. Understand? To say, when we get the ball, we're gonna go out. Now that front 3, they must try and be creative in terms of trying to delay, hold the ball, deal with that a little bit so that the 2 midfielders can come in or the 2 wing backs can come in and join. But they also too quick to rush forward into that back 4 of Cote d'Ivoire. So then they get intercepted and then the ball goes back and then they bring outnumbered again. So for me, the coach, no changes of personnel, but just try and find answers to where the weaknesses of Cote d'Ivoire is, because they do have weaknesses, to be quite honest. They don't keep the ball as much as I thought they would have. They're not being creative. They're playing direct football with Boga. You understand? Just say, you, 1, 2, 3, pick Boga when he's moving that way. 1, 2, 3, pick Boga if he's moving in the right, or 1 pick Boga if he's coming in the central. I think just delegate them to where to pick Boga and who must pick who. Like Agent was saying, Kesa is not playing. You see, Kesa is the type of player that enjoys duels. You know, those one-on-one duels battling in the midfield. He's not battling anyone. So he's lost. He's completely lost. He doesn't know who to body shag with. You understand what I'm saying? So he looks lost. But to be quite honest, he's playing his normal game. He's taking the ball, giving it to the midfielders, and just standing because there's no one coming to him to passing him in that midfield. So you might say the game is boring. To me, the game this second half will be quite technical, and I just want to see how Guinea Bissau will respond. And I do feel they might respond.
Let me go to Hausa. Hausa, Guinea Bissau, 2 defensive midfielders, tech defense, but it's either they're in 6s and 7s when the pressure's on them, or when they have the ball, all of a sudden, all the players that are meant to be in your half, there's not even one of them that are going to come closer to come collect the ball. What's going on there with Guinea Bissau?
What agent is pointing out that these players don't have a lot of experience on their hand, that also plays a role. So we factor in the lack of experience. We factor the fact that they are the opening team against the host, and how easy they are to dispossess. They came with a plan. That plan didn't work. So now, when you have a team like this, because I heard when they were mentioning it that these players, most of them are from Portugal, and when they fail from getting recognized in the national teams in Portugal, they come to Guinea-Bissau. There's that disconnect where players do not gel together. So that's why I say that when they play, once they started after the goal, it became football for everyone. The football sense is left, and what Lungisan is saying is right. How do you come back after playing such a rough football? You become very technical. So I don't think that we're gonna see many more goals if that's the route they're gonna take. It's gonna be very technical, and they're gonna try to hold and capture back the position that they wanted in the first half. So it's gonna become a game that is very technical, because now the Ivorians have also noted their mistakes, the errors when the Guinea team attacks. So they're gonna want to close that, and then the Guinea also is gonna try to capture their position. So it's gonna become a very technical game. But then for them to have defensive players, and then you don't see who's who, what, it's a very confusing game. I don't have many words to describe what I'm watching, but then you can see the errors are there. You can see the good some of the good things they are doing is there, but then it's a difficult thing for me to describe properly to you that, okay, no, they are messing up here, they're doing right here. But then I think after the game is when we have the entire idea of the game, that's when we can break it down for me.
Okay, Agent, isn't this something we complain about a lot when we were watching general football, PSL, that teams come out with half a plan? Yes, I get that you are defending. I get that you have 4 defenders or 5 defenders and 2 defensive midfielders. But then now you've got the ball, and it's like, okay, where do we go now? Nobody knows where to go, where to run, how to play out, how to support. Is that not an issue at this level, Pella? This is international level.
You took the words out of my mouth, don't play half-baked philosophy, say. Play the system that you prefer with the chest out, If the way I see it, and it is kind of working, because I think Ivory Coast is pushing that defense to the halfway line, and they don't have pace, so the looping ball, the javelin ball over the midfield catches them, and 2 or 3 times they've been in trouble, the Ivory Coast, with that ball, So play it just out. Don't try and play 1-2. No, take the ball, javelin it, but have a plan of that. Say, okay, fine, Balde is not the kind of striker who can hold the ball. Rodriguez doesn't have the height. So what we do, bring Carlos Mane in, into the center, and move Balde out so that he can hold the ball and can lay to Balde and Rodriguez, who are the nippy players, because I think they have the pace. They can to cause Ivory Coast problems, but otherwise don't play from the back, because it's not working. It's just not working for them, So just be proud of a javelin ball and play it. It can work.
Okay. No, go on, Ezra.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I was saying now the big guns are coming out
I see,
as Mzansi
yeah.
is saying. So it's about to get interesting now, you know.
Let me ask for your score prediction while I have you then.
You just to help my brother there. Let me see 2-1. Over
Okay.
2.5.
Look, Sani, very quickly. Score prediction.
3, Cote d'Ivoire.
Uh,
I don't think it is.
you
3
don't
0.
think? You can go on.
I don't think Guinea Bissau will score.
Okay, okay.
3 0.
How's that score prediction?
You know, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate and I'm gonna go for Guinea Bissau 2-1.
Oh, giving them a win even.
I'm giving them a win because
Okay. No, thanks to the guys that joined me now. Half time. I'm gonna open it up again at the end. At the end, that's where man everybody can jump in, and I'll give you all 2 minutes to speak your mind about this game. We are back live. Just remember that 40. Whatever my timer says, add 45 minutes to it, and that is the time of what is happening on the screen. It is Ivory Coast 1-0 versus Guinea Bissau. It's an interesting. The first half was interesting. It was interesting because Ivory Coast is the home team, so expect you expect the home team to dominate, and I think Ivory Coast took that domination to their heads. What was that now? Number 8. Yo. What? Did he try some 8 or what did he try? Anyway, I think it went to their heads and they started playing formless solo football. So it was when we get to the box or we get to the final third, it is up to me and me alone to score. And that hurt them a lot. They could have had maybe 2 or 3 goals in this game up to this point. My worry about Ivory Coast is that they're not playing with a set plan. They're playing with an idea that we're going to dominate. We're going to power this team. I'm going to put in Serge Aurier because Serge Aurier is an attacking player, and I'm going to overload whichever side that Serge is going to play on, possibly the right. I'm going to overload it, and just by the sheer numbers and by the sheer domination, we're going to win this game, right? And it's not working out. At some point, they need to get up there and start doling out roles. You do this, you stand there, you play it like this, you do that. This solo stuff is not going to work, especially against the team that is playing a mid to low block. I wouldn't say it's a pure low block, right? On the Guinea-Bissau side, oh, here we go. Make the right choice. One more pass. More power. They took too long, man. Oh. Anyway, as I was saying, Guinea-Bissau came here with a plan. And what I hate a lot about football these days is that when you're playing against a very good team, your plan is to defend. Even the way they're defending, just watch those defenders. They've been told, hey guys, there's 5 of you. Tibang. We're not going to coordinate it. We're not going to do all those things. We're just going to put you at the back and you guys need to figure it out. You've seen guys making mistakes. You've seen players trying to push up a line while their friend is behind them. You've seen them all crowd the box, but for some reason, the top of the box is open. We've seen quite a bit this game where it just shows this team is just trying to survive. It was a survival team. The other way you see that it's a survival team is when they win the ball, there's no plan to get out of their defensive side. There's no plan. Guys get the ball, they're overwhelmed by 2-3 players, they kick it up. Even the kick it up, as Agent was saying as well about the javelin football, at least make it coordinated. You know what? One of you guys, Balda or Kiman, Balda or Mane, run wide. Let's try catch one of the fullbacks out. So every time we get the ball, we're going to play it out to you wide, and it'll be 2-man play, Mahrez body type thing. And we were going to play it like that. But if we get the ball and this guy is getting crowded and then he just kicks it up, you lose the ball and you end up with 62% possession against you. So what I'd like to see from Guinea-Bissau, and I'm sure they've seen it a few times now, is that this Ivory Coast defense is not the best defense that you have out there. And they commit so many players forward that if you can catch them out on a break, you can actually hurt them. You can actually hurt them. As they almost have done in this first half, if not for in this first part of this second half, if not for their bad decision making. But anyway, guys, let's see how this is going to play out. Let's see how this is going to play out. Wahib says Cote d'Ivoire is a very selfish team when it comes competition. They're not better than Senegal and Morocco. Our Mahopa is better than Kraso. Very weak, and Fofana and Sangara in control of the midfield, says Ulodwick. Agent is speaking, being brave enough, but not against this kind of quality. You might lose 4-0. Guys, but that's yeah. I always say brave isn't automatically stupid. Brave doesn't mean do stupid things. Brave sometimes means, you know what, guys, I'm going to coordinate. I'm going to make the team 7-10. 7-3. Sorry, 7-3. And leave the 3 up front and have a plan for how to attack. The biggest thing that you can do versus these teams, you have to show them that you're dangerous. If you don't show them that you're dangerous, they just lie on top of you and pound you and pound you and pound you until they can score some goals here. So show them you're dangerous. And I'm not going to lie, this Balder guy, he looks very threatening. He's pacey. He's not afraid to be physical. He's been a thorn in Cote d'Ivoire's defensive side for most of this game. So give him the chance to be the best that he can be in that type of position. You get what I mean? But I do like what I'm seeing now. It seems as though they're committing more people into midfield to maybe try to stop the attack before it gets too far up. Ballsy move has to be very, very coordinated because you're going to allow some runs in behind if you're not focused for the whole game. But it's good to see that the coach has changed something. It looks to be a positive outlook now. So let's see. See, like this Cote d'Ivoire team is not there, guys. They're not there. Let's be honest. But OT, their physical strength is working against the Guinea Bissau players. I'd love to see the physical strength up front. That's what I want to see. And also force them to do something. Like you see now, the way they've set up in the second half is sort of forcing Ivory Coast to not have everyone running at them. You have to, even Ivory Coast has to think twice. Being tactically brave isn't about 7-3 system, but more being constructive both ends on the pitch. No, that's what I'm saying, Wahib. But as long as you have a plan for both ends of the pitch, that's what I'm saying. That a lot of people will say that you have to have 10 men behind the ball. You know? And for me, that's cool and all, but then how are you meant to score? Let's see. Oh, Ivory Coast. Oh, Ivory Coast. Boga, Mar. Hey, Boga's doing something else here. For Guinea Bissau to get a result tonight, it will be more of awareness in midfield to break the lines. Yeah, last 10 minutes, first 10 minutes of the first half, or 15 minutes of the first half, they should push for it. I don't see Ivory Coast reaching the finals. The defense is not as strong as you expect. Exactly, as we'll see so. Because there's been chances there that Guinea-Bissau has had where Mohamed Salah punishes you. Mohamed Salah punishes you. You make that type of mistake, it's gone. It's a goal. You just count it. Luckily, this Guinea-Bissau team, now they've opted for 4-3-3. Yeah, they've opted for 4-3-3. Being tactically smart has to become 4-1-4-1 system to get the best out of every player. Still very conservative. He very, very, very conservative with the 4-1-4-1. But I hear you. I hear you. But let's see how the game plays out, man. Let's see how the game plays out. 56 minutes in. There were only 6 shots from Cote d'Ivoire first half and 2 were on target, whereas Guinea Bissau had 2 shots and 1 on target. Oh, I like the structure now of this Guinea Bissau team. There's spaces for sure. There's spaces for sure, but at least now they've got support. Now but you guys understand what I'm saying to you guys about this Ivory Coast team. When they get into the final third, it's almost like they've told themselves that I need to take the ball and I need to dribble 4 players and I need to score. I can't pass it off to anybody. I can't look for a better option. I have to be the guy. And they lose the ball so sloppily when they get into that final third. So badly. Let alone in the first half where they were getting into the box and making the wrong decision. But literally, the moment it goes to one of the wingers, if it cycles up to the winger now, they feel as though, man, I must solo this thing. Look for the better option. I'm not going to look for the better option. I'm going to carry on going, watch. Okay, it worked out. Wow, I take it back. 2-0, Ivory Coast. I care. It's done for Guinea Bissau, man. It's done for Guinea Bissau. They were outmuscled there. That defense must feel... That defense, man, they were outmuscled. They must feel a way about how they were just outmuscled. That wasn't a goal. They had to have everything under control there. Seems as if the heat has died down a bit. Mane, Salah, Osimhen, and Boniface are the players to watch. Said they're going to score before the 70th minute, says Wahib. This is a game of moments. Oh, Kano, you came back to the other account, eh, Mara? The 2.5 will land, eh? We'll see. Guys, this defense, I'm sorry. No way. No way. What is Jalo doing there? What is Jalo's role there? He was watching like we are. He was literally watching the game play like we are. He wasn't even close enough to put in the cross to put in the tackle after seeing Usangate make a mistake. Nah, man. Very poor defending. Very poor defending. You're meant to have that under control. Why are you trying to trap balls in the box in the first place, Sangate? Why not clear the ball? Completely, that situation right there was one of the safest situations you should have on the pitch. And Kolani says the keeper, also the keeper, man. Also the keeper. But what can we say? Let's see how Guinea Bissau comes back, if they come back. I just wish I could see a coordinated press from Guinea Bissau. The fact that Ivory Coast can switch sides so easily. Like, hey guys, it's fine. It's game, set, and match. I have goalkeeper. I think Agent was right. I feel like we kind of overhyped this so-called big nations. Mara Theo, when I said it in the group, Ngati, are these guys better just because Base Europe? When I said it, y'all said some other things. Agent, stay on. There's 30 minutes left. Lodrick says Cote d'Ivoire looks like a development team with reinforcement from international players. Who's this coming on now? You're actually right. Oh, Nicolas Pepe. Imagine having all these teams. Imagine having all these players in your team, but you just can't trust them. Look at who's coming on. Number 10, number 11. It's guys we know, Pepe, Serge Aurier came on second half. I really think they underestimated Guinea. And they were just like, you know what, guys, let's just put on the development team. As you're saying, rightfully so. Lodwick, as you're saying, it's rightfully so. The best players are on the bench. Maybe they're going to show Guinea Flames now. The diving is incredible, guys. The diving is incredible. Guinea Bissau, guys. This is why I'm an advocate for going out on your sword. Imagine coming in and being pragmatic and playing 5 defenders and 2 defensive midfielders and doing all of that stuff, only to lose 2-0 and possibly lose by more. Guys, like, rather go for it. Go for it. See what happens, man. Go for it. See what happens. What do you have to lose, really? If this game ends 4-0, are we going to say that Guinea Bissau did better? Oh no, they were better. Man, rather go out and see what happens. As long as my 2.5 lands, I'm okay. But so far, AFCON is kind of not AFCONing. And you know what's crazy? Look at that defense. Look at that defense. Don't you guys speak? Keeper, what part? Guys, this can't be international level. This cannot be international level. What the hell was that? I hear you guys saying 20 caps and all of that stuff, Mara. Look, you realize that he could have given it to Pepe right there because number 22, Sangate, and number 4, they didn't realize that they've got a player playing everybody on side. Yo, guys. What? You know, I'm at a loss for words, guys. This can't be international football. Yeah, if that guy was beaten to the second ball, I was going to be like, look. Guinea Bissau's defense, guys. Guinea Bissau's defense, guys. They're scared. Yo, they're so scared. They're so scared. They're shaking, guys. Every time the ball gets into the... I just says our fellow Dakis are diving like this. What about the masters? Hi, Wahib. No way, guys. No way. Those guys aren't talking. No way. Even the PSL is better than this. These players are not in the game. No way, guys. There's no way. The weak link there for me, is what's his name? Jallo. Jallo's the weak link there. He's the one that's disjointing the defense. But also, the defense can't trap a ball, can't track a player, can't outmuscle a player. Yo, can't talk. Ay. And then what kills me is that they're pointing. They're pointing, but everybody's pointing. What they're pointing at, I don't know what they're pointing at because every time Ivory Coast crosses the halfway line, every time Ivory Coast, did you see that ball there? The 2 DMs were literally just standing. A player walked right past them. Yo. Why are you going back into the corner? Okay, Guinea Bissau. Guys, why Bafana's not drawn in this group? I bet we drew, man. We drew. No way, guys. Like, I know I was making fun of Oki and CBC and those players, but no way. Ivory Coast should be way ahead right now. Way, way, way ahead. "66 minutes in, 2-0 Ivory Coast. Happy now the stars are on. Isn't Kesty playing with Oria, playing with Pepe, playing with Konate? Surely we should be expecting a better performance from Ivory Coast. Shouldn't we? I jinxed my star player now. Aldo was playing so well, I jinxed him. But to save the Tuesday headache for Tuesday, maybe the subs will do something for Guinea Bissau. I doubt it, eh? The subs are forward subs. The problem here is the defense. This defense is so bad. I still don't see the plan from Guinea Bissau. I think that's what's shocking me more than anything else. I don't see the plan. If somebody in the comments can tell me from what we've seen here, what is the plan? How are they meant to score in this game? At the very least, Ivory Coast, guys, they're allergic to passing the ball. They are allergic to passing the ball. Like I said, what is a better opportunity? Give it to somebody who's open or try run straight down the middle from in front of defense and try beat the defender to the back. Nazo, Guinea Bissau. Shall we buy to now? Oh, come on. To who? To who? I don't know what I'm watching here, guys. Why don't Guinea Bissau just allow us to borrow them Mvala? Yeah, Pandit Mvala wouldn't be doing this. Pandit Mvala. Much better, way better. Because you know, to either play in the first division or EPL or just stay down. Hi, what are we watching here, Agent? Play good defense, then play long balls and hope you get a set piece. But guys, at this level, and let's start with the first part. Playing good defense. Good defense is this thing that we're watching. Good defense. Guys. Look, now they're back 3. Okay, no, they're going back to a 4. Look. Guys, I'm telling you. Jalo's the weak link there. Jalo's the one who keeps them out of position. Jalo. Starboard. We're really watching hopeful football. What's sad is that we're watching two teams who are playing hopeful football. Guinea-Bissau is hoping that something might happen when they go to the front. And then every player in Cote d'Ivoire is hoping that they're going to be the ones to score. Ooh, guys, if you can't pass, how can you run? That's why I'm like, I don't understand, Wahib. I don't understand. How disrespectful is it that you look at me and in front of me, a guy is running towards me. He's a few meters away from me. And he thinks that he's going to push the ball past me. And he's going to get past me and score in our final third. Ivory Coast is just pass the ball. Ivory Coast could be 4 or 5 chances, could have 4 or 5 chances, just if they chose to pass the ball at the right moments. That's all. See, coach is trying Shem. He's pressing with 4 attackers, trying to pin Cote d'Ivoire back. Hey, Maralungisani, i-press yakhona. I-press yakhona. Ay. A press that's beaten by just doing this, and then you've even got an attacking chance on the other side. Just swing to the other side. No, guys. Okay, there we go. We're in the box. There we go. And the sad part about this game, to be honest with you, Ivory Coast defense is not strong. Ivory Coast's defense is not all there. Like, they haven't been superior. If Guinea Bissau actually applied themselves, you'll probably get something from this. I think Kabela Pambil and a miracle will help. We're watching Mrabaraba from private school here. You guys are the worst. Guinea should hire pound for pound. Yeah, they need to hire pound for pound, but at least the game would be entertaining. They called up the wrong center back. Maybe the call-ups are made by the federation. No, guys. No. Luisani says variations in the system 4-3-3 when pressing. Then they use 4-2-4, forcing Cote d'Ivoire to kick the ball long. True. But just look at how Cote d'Ivoire just lines up two players on the wing. Guys, there's no one in this Ivory Coast defense, but Guinea Bissau is just so poor. Oh, look. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Ay. Guys, I don't know what to say even. Guinea Bissau is on vacation to get international exposure. That press has no ink. They press weak. I know the press. There's no press there, guys. There's no press. They're doing that old school thing where your striker kind of runs to. Oh, there we go. Shot. Guinea Bissau, that was your chance. Who's that lazy? There's someone who's lazy there, Cote d'Ivoire. Someone is very lazy. Defense, is it Casey? Very lazy. Caught in possession twice. Well, I think it's the third time. Oh, nice move. Hi, guys. Somebody's lazy in that defense. So, Louis said I was going to say, all they're doing now is that they overload the one side, and then the left or right back from Guinea-Bissau usually marks inside and pushes up, and then there's space behind him. But yeah, because Ivory Coast is playing that individual game, they're not going to take advantage of that. I can't tell you like the names of these coaching things or whatever, but I can tell you what I'm seeing. Literally. So if you watch what Ivory Coast has done, they've stopped going central. So the two central people go out wide, and then because there's no communication in the defense of Guinea-Bissau, the left back becomes sort of a center back marking this person, and they just have an extra man who runs in behind or runs next to. It's even worse when they break the press and go to the other side. It's weird, man. Guys, not at this level. Can't be at this level. FIFA president, hey, he's watching this. Did you see the half press Nyana? I see the half press Nyana they're trying, but it's because that CDM where Ivory Coast is lazy. And they're not even like running back. Like, Nabo, just to say man behind. Let's see. This game lacks determination. Yeah, it lacks determination, man. The way Ivory Coast is losing the ball. Guinea Bissau's defense. Is it me or is Guinea Bissau seems to be super tired? Yeah, Theo, it seems like they're gone. They're gone. They're out of this game. They've been out of this game. Maybe it's the heat, for real. Maybe the heat is the issue here. But we haven't seen much. We haven't seen much, man. I'm so disappointed by this game. I don't want to lie to you guys. The defending. Yo. Can they show us the Ivory Coast fans? I want to see their faces. How they look, how they are getting this game. Ivory Coast loves this weather though. More East African nations will progress. I wouldn't have subbed at number 14. He was the live wire in the second half. It seems like they were playing it up to them on the right-hand side. They were trying to do some crosses in transition, and they were playing it to the right-hand side. Again, why take him off? Luisane, I'm with you, eh? I'm with you. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Ivory Coast loves this weather. The keeper's already on the floor. It's like they don't train. They didn't train. They didn't train, Sipo. They didn't train. There's no way this team trained. Besides the training, there are fundamental things that you do on a football pitch. Talking. You're telling me that full international players that are playing at a continental tournament cannot talk and say, look out for your man. Cannot talk. Look at the right back. I just want you guys, you'll see when they cycle back. The right back pushes all the way up and there's a space behind him. The right back, Guinea Bissau, watch. It's almost like he gets sucked in. Watch the space behind him. Even now, they helped him because somebody came to help. Phew. What did... I don't know. Luisano, why did Guinea Bissau have a pre-match meal? At least my Chiefs is much better. Guys. Honestly, I don't understand what I'm watching. I don't understand what I'm watching here because it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm trying to figure out the formation. I'm lost.
Like, I have a broad idea of some of the things that you're kind of seeing there. Ow. Kalu. These guys never sit together, well. I'm hoping Bafana don't give us, as a nation, these kind of situations. I trust Bafana. At least they have Sundowns players, so they have to be coordinated a little bit. I don't know who's going to score for us, but yeah, we're just hoping for... And this must be for Temba. Temba's only used this one. It's only Temba's one who's allowed to do this. These key challenge players, every player is playing for himself. Yeah, like, I don't expect this, man. Yeah, they're now in a 4-4-2, but watch. The right back. What was that? What was that, guys? What was that? Yo, at least he tried, I guess, but what was that? Now they're just going to bring it up on his side. This is like when you come out tired and sweating until you were... I'm going to read that. Look at Infantino. He's on his phone, guys. He's on his phone. Got better things to do, man. Too many of something good isn't good enough. Even Salman Kalu's not impressed. No one's impressed. Just remember, this will create animosity between these players of Bafana. Over 2.5 guys are just watching the game for the scoreline and not the game. Yeah, what does Bobby say?
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
There's betting and all of these things. There we go. 4v3, but because they're going to try run it all the way down, better from Guinea Bissau. Too late, but a little bit better. There we go. Why weren't you guys doing? Probably was when the ball enters the box. There we go. 10. Don't turn back into traffic, but it's fine. Keep going. There we go. Eh? Support him. But it's fine. Support him. How are you supporting? You know what? Yeah, guys. Look, they're tired. Balde's gone. Look, they're all stretching. Guys, did they pick up this team kind of last minute? What's going on? Was this team chosen yesterday or what? Like, how are people cramping and like, okay, you know what, guys? It's good. Oh no. Over 2.5. Oh, cash it out. Theo, cash out. Theo, just cash out. It's okay. 2.5 is not going to work out. Tumelo showing you that he cashed out early to avoid any stress. Now, but to be honest with you guys, let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest. This was a poor game. This was a poor game. Like, just the player quality, the standard of the players, it was a poor game. Typical PSL game. But it's over so bad. Look, on the bright side, it can only go up from here, I guess. Unless we're going to watch other very poor games. But at least it can go up. Where's the support? Oh. You take out number 14, who was giving you such amazing... That defense. Who's that guy? No. These can't be professional players, guys. It cannot be. I refuse to believe that these are professional players. The football is much better if the kids are playing. At least with the kids, you can say, guys, it's kids. Mara, no way, guys. None of these players play in Guinea Bissau. There's players here who are playing in France and Spain and all over the place. You're telling me that this is the level? Sipo says ABC Mutsipe is better. At least ABC Mutsipe is entertaining. Can this game end now? OT football is not easy, my guy. Lots of dynamics involved. They're trying, Shem. Lugisani, if this was a qualifier, random qualifier in the middle of the year, I hear you. But these are meant to be the top 24 teams. Is it 24? The top 24 teams in the continent. Can't rap, can't pass, can't talk to each other. Sad part is that even Ivory Coast hasn't been able to really take advantage of this, which is a red flag in itself as well. But there's so many things that these players can't do. Case in point. Case in point. Alright, guys. I do think the referees are sleeping in the rooms already because this guys, no way. No, and Wahib, that's what I'm trying to say here. That I get the tactical stuff. Maybe tactically, you guys are new to each other and all of that stuff. I get it. I'm fighting about the basics. I don't know if you guys have realized that there's been points where a ball has come to a Guinea Bissau player and all it needed to do was literally turn and he'd have 3 better options. But it feels like I'm watching PSL. Like, and guys, this is a national team also. It's a national team. It's not like random guys that were big. It's a national team. The son says, preparation, how much did they have? How much time did they have together? And that, all that management cause egos can clash. For me, I'm not having an ego argument or a tactical argument. I'm having a basics. There's the one defender. Is it number 22? Sangate. Oh my word. Every time the ball even just gets to him, he looks like he's having the fright of his life. Honestly speaking. Hey, Bo Pepe have been useless. They've come on, to be honest. Getting the basics right in football isn't hard. What is pass and move? But if they were playing Bafana, they would be serious. Guys, AFCON should stop the tournament and give teams a chance to prepare. Is Mutsipe and Infantino going to watch this game and the final only? Ah. No, guys, no. No, guys. Ay.
Yo. I sharp.
Okay.
No, ni sharp. Ni sharp. People are rubbing their heads. Look, Serge Aurier. Does he still play for Tottenham? Serge Aurier, a full EPL player. Maybe it's just harder, guys. Who knows? Maybe it's harder. Number 22. Yo! It's like, if he could just defend all game and not have to get the ball, he'd be fine. He would be fine with it. Does he play for Nottingham now? Not a full Nottingham Forest player. Did you see what he did there? But yeah. I guess, well, Cote d'Ivoire have the 2-0 win in the first game. What more can you ask for? Yeah, Sangare. Doesn't he also play for Nottingham? Four minutes added on. We've hit 90. Look at that. No, guys. Hi, guys. No. Like, I'm feeling like maybe I judged the PSL too harshly. Maybe I've judged the PSL too harshly because this. Or maybe it's just the case, when everything goes wrong, everything goes wrong. Maybe that's the case here. Because there's no way. Back healing balls when you're losing 2-0. Oh, guys. I know my youth coaches used to go crazy with that type of stuff. Back healing balls on a counter attack when you're losing 2-0. Number 22. Who's the number 22? Kibakara Sangate. Ay. Owana Sangate and Jalo. If teams aren't watching this and are not going to take advantage of that, then I don't know. No, it wasn't a good game. Reteza, it wasn't a good game. It wasn't a good game. Sloppy. Sloppy from Ivory Coast. Scared from Guinea Bissau. They didn't have a plan. But what's worrying me is that the quality levels are low, man. The quality levels are low. Perhaps Ivory Coast is much better because they won the match. No, they're better. That's what I'm saying, Guti. Sipo. Ivory Coast is better than Guinea Bissau. They've been better. Ivory Coast's problem is, you see what happened right there in the box. Instead of passing the ball or looking for better options, these guys thought to themselves, because I'm playing a poor team, I also want to win the game. I also want to score goals. I want to get my goal and then in front of my home crowd, and then I can relax. You get what I mean? So when they get into the final third, they play the most individualistic, solo, selfish football that they can play when they get into the final third. It's just that Guinea-Bissau is that poor, right? And then on the Guinea-Bissau side, quality guys. Look, I told you guys about the right back. All you need to do is to have a secondary run behind him, and you've beaten him. It shouldn't be rocket science, this thing. Like, it shouldn't be higher grade, no? So, Ivory Coast is one of the most selfish teams. No, they've been hella selfish this game. Ateza says, I believe it's that thing of picking a player just because they play abroad. Don't bash me. No, that's true. That's true. But they should have done a lot better. Guys, feel free to jump on. I'm only going to take a couple of them. It's 12 now. I don't want to stay too long. So I'm going to let people in. Jump in. Tell me how you felt about this game, because I'm not going to lie, it was so disappointing for me. And how's that? How's that? It's a worry. No.
Sure, you.
Simple pass, right here. Yeah, how's that? Right here, right in front of me.
Do you know why I said Burkina Faso was Guinea-Bissau was gonna win this game? You know when you think you are making a joke and then you realize that they are not even worth that joke, because it was obvious Ivory Coast was gonna win. What was I watching from the 75th minute to the 90th minute? Icon. Guys, when you're trying to promote something, I had high hopes for this game, for this tournament, but this can be the game that opens it. This can be the quality. You know what? I understand that the jitters and all that, but as you said, there are basic things that as a professional you're supposed to do. How are they failing a 3-on-2 attack? and you can't even pass the ball to the right person. 3-on-2 attack, you can't even pass the ball to the right person. You have Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast that is putting on players because these players are very popular in Europe. This is a clear money grab from Ivory Coast to say, hey guys, look at your players, they're playing for Ivory Coast. My problem with African footballers that are playing overseas is that exact thing. These people are not playing as a team, they're playing as individuals. That is my problem with Ivory Coast. Yes, they won. But then this is a team sport. And this is a team sport. This is where my problem comes in. Forget Guinea Bissau. They were horrible. There's no excuse for Guinea Bissau. But Ivory Coast, on the other hand, it's very it's annoying what they're doing, that you're putting on Nicola Pepe and then you're expecting them to put a touch together, then he doesn't do that. You're expecting him to show the brilliancy of, what is wrong with African players? What is wrong? What's up with the selfishness, I'm telling you, it's gonna get worse from here. You will see Thursday, the game on Thursday between Ivory Coast and Nigeria. You're gonna see what hot-headed Africans look like, because if they can't play as a team against Guinea-Bissau, what's gonna happen when the main attraction comes? They're gonna be very selfish. This is an icon. Oh, team, my man. I should have went to bed.
Thanks, Hausa. Lugisani, can we say that maybe this was one of those games where do we give them benefit of the doubt and say Cote d'Ivoire was playing down to the people that were playing against? I mean, Guinea-Bissau looked a little bit better in that second half, but
don't you want to start with Lodwick?
I'll start with Lodwick. Okay, I'll start with Lodwick. Lodwick, what did you see from this game?
A very horrible game. I don't want to lie to you. One thing for sure, names doesn't play football. Football plays in a pitch, in a field of play. What we have seen today, we can see Ivory Coast is another different story. Yeah, then the standard of quality is really, really, really poor. So you can see even, like, I would like to agree with how our African football is going down, guys. That's why we see our players, the likes of Pepe, Sergio Aurier, and this guy, Sangare. They used to play in a big teams like Tottenham and Sevilla, but now they're going down. You can see even the level of performance is really dropped to such an extent that they don't even show any competition towards what we expected. As a Guinea-Bissau, I don't know what's happening in there. It seems like they pick up the team in the last minutes and they say, guys, you go and represent the nation, so let's see what we can do. Seriously, they are not impressive. I don't want to lie to you. It's like our cheaper United with Morgan Mamila. It's much better. But if what Hausa is saying is that if we are going to watch this, guys, I know it's gonna be a problem. It's like there is no preparation total at all before they came to the game. So we are paying DSTV expensive, guys. We need to watch a better football.
I watch it on SAPC, man, but it's fine. Lugisani, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you, my brother.
Tell me your final thoughts about this game.
Yeah, Oti, look, it wasn't an electrifying match, to be quite honest. But there are a couple of positives to take away from it, from the Cote d'Ivoire side of things. Clean sheet, for one. It shows you can improve from here. going forward. It's not all the negativity that you must look at the game. You must also look at some positives that you can check out of the game, because the situations will differ. They just, I think Cote d'Ivoire just need to be a little bit clinical when they face another more serious opponent than Guinea Bissau. But look, to me, it like I said, it wasn't an electrifying match. But Guinea-Bissau didn't play as bad. They had their chances. That goal that was saved by the goalkeeper. They made a couple of mistakes. The first half, that cross that came in, trying to do an overhead kick, he should have just stood, try and trap the ball and turn. You could have had a touch, could have been a penalty. So we can't say all in all bad. There were some good moments in the game. It wasn't electrifying. There were some good moments. There were some funny moments, and there were some pure nonsense moments, which was like 70% of the game. But for me, Cote d'Ivoire, moving forward, clean sheet. Let's try and be clinical the next game. Let us be more clinical than we were today. Yes, first game is over now. Now it's time we play for our country. You understand? Most of the players were given a chance to start in front of their home fans. The stars were sidelined to say, okay, young boys, jump in. This is your chance. We're playing Guinea Bissau. And I'm sure against Nigeria, they'll want to play a little bit better than they did today, and put more of the players with a lot of experience. But look, OT, like I said, we might say the standard was bad. It wasn't electrifying, but there are some positives to take away from it. Even from Guinea Bissau to say, first match done, we didn't get any point. Next two games, let's try and salvage something. Making it into the last 16, maybe become dead best. Who knows?
Okay. Thanks, Lugisani. Let me bring in Wahib. Wahib, my brother, hey, I don't know. How do you feel about this game? Welcome.
It was a very interesting game, both sides. Unprepared team and a very well drilled team. The Ivory Coast performed for their nation, which is good, but selfish from them. Guinea Bissau, it's not that team that we are thinking. Perhaps they're finishing fourth in the group. So they played what they know. They didn't go to the papers. They didn't play by the paper because they don't understand each other.
Yeah.
I hope Ivory Coast can learn from this match and not be selfish, because see them passing the round of 16 with this kind of football. The quality is there. We know they got it from the bench, but that selfishness would get you punished. We know the Moroccans, we know the Senegalese, Egypt, Nigeria. Getting them in the next round would be much more difficult, not just in the group, but next round would be much more tougher.
Okay, no, I hear you. We're gonna see Nigeria. Aren't they playing on Thursday or something like that? We're gonna see them versus Nigeria. Let's see if Nigeria can punish them with Osimhen and them. Kumo.
Sure.
What was that?
What are you complaining about? You are used to such quality.
Nazo. You see why? If I don't play the disclaimer, but it's fine. Nazo.
No, but honestly, you can't be a Chiefs and complain about quality. Make it make sense.
Hey, this is continental football, Kumo. Tokala Chiefs, guys. I really got to
Oh yeah, Ishkana, those two, continent and Chiefs, they are not synonymous. What am I saying here? But no, let's try and be positive, ne? I really enjoyed the opening ceremony. I thought the performers were great. The choreography was. Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see so many artists from around Africa. It was entertaining. Yeah. Because I'm trying to find positive things. Like if I go to the game itself, sure. Like I told them, even when I'm watching Amazulu play against Richards Bay, like I was playing games on my phone. That's how bored I was, ne? Well, I don't know, man. Like when you have the 12 men, like when you're playing in front of a big crowd, I understand it can be nervous for you, but also they were playing for their fans, like Wahid said. It's yeah, like they had to win Noma Ganjani. The goals were quality, and I think the guy could have had like a couple of more goals. Especially it was a save or hit the crossbar. That was quality, so I shouldn't be taking that away from him. But remember, there's a player. I think he plays in Dortmund. He's gonna come in, and maybe this final third frailties they're gonna end because he's like their top striker.
Hala.
Next to
Sebastian Hala.
yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him, ne? But yeah, bra, hore, and if we're being honest and if we're being fair, like AFCON, especially with the opening rounds, group matches, there's really nothing exciting unless you've got teams like South Africa playing against Nigeria only because of the rivals, But what can we say? The positive things that they got 2 goals. It's a clean sheet for them, and they're gonna be top of the log. But yeah, I mean, like it's the first game, it's pressure. At least it's out. I'm anticipating when they play against Nigeria, and as the tournament progresses on, they're gonna be much more fluid. Hey? So we shouldn't be this harsh at this moment. But it wasn't that bad on it, to be honest. Like it was okay.
But it's fine. Soon enough.
I sharp. Boy.
Thanks, Kumo. Look, guys, to be short, look, here's how I view it, right? This was a game of a team that is better than the other team, but is selfish and wasteful at very key moments, so they couldn't take advantage. And there was a team that knew that they were playing a team that was better than them, and for some reason that defense is shaky. It looks like those guys were put together at the last minute. It looks like they've never met each other in their lives. Some of those defenders, number 22 looks so scared. Usangate looks so scared of the ball when it comes to him. Plenty of mistakes made that should have been punished by Ivory Coast, but weren't punished. But that's one thing. They came into this game with half a plan. The plan was, we're going to go in, we're going to defend, we're going to see how much we can survive in this game. But then the 2 goals really rocked them from that plan. And even though they tried to do some things tactically, you could tell that, man, quality-wise, it's just not up there enough to try and do these higher grade things. So very, very, very sloppy game. Very sloppy game. Like I said, Ivory Coast selfish when they got into the box. Guinea Bissau had their chances, showed that they could press high a little bit, win the ball back. That could be a positive. That when in the moments where they showed less fear, they looked like they could get something from the game, because the Ivory Coast defense was also very shaky. But then, if you come in to park the bus, you're gonna park the bus. They didn't even know how to get out of their own half for most of the game, up until they changed that back 5 to a back 4, and even to a 3 at some point. But guys, no. I don't know what we were watching there, to be honest with you. They also looked unmotivated, a lot of the players. There was a point where Guinea Bissau got one ball very high up from one of the central defensive midfielders, Ivory Coast. And my guy didn't even run back, didn't turn around, you could just see that it got to a point where it felt like the result is in the bag, and they were like, guys, there isn't much more we can do. So let's just ride out this game. And it's sad to see, but yeah, let's hope that it's first game jitters. Let's hope that the selfishness was only because the fans were there. Sometimes that's what happens. You're playing in your home stadium with your own fans. Maybe you want to score very badly and you forget to pass the ball. Let's hope that it changes. Let's hope that the state of the games gets a lot better as we go along with the tournament. But anyway, guys, it's late. It's late. Get past 12. Let's go sleep. We'll see each other tomorrow. I'll let you know via my statuses which matches I'm going to cover, because we're not going to be doing 3 matches in a row, guys. Yeah. But it's fine. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys then tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Steph, for the gifts. Thank you to the commenters. Everybody commented. Thank you to Jones. Thank you to the people who followed. Yeah, I'll see you guys then tomorrow. Please support my short form content. I have videos out, so watch them. They're really cool. I promise. On TikTok, on YouTube, on whatever. And also follow the Facebook page. No, I don't have a Facebook page anymore. Follow the TikTok page. Follow the Instagram page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow.